Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be doing another foundation review and wear test. Today I'm going to be doing it on the Ordinary foundation, the full coverage one. So this is what the foundation looks like. It has the standard 30 mils that most foundations have. I got the shade 1.1N, so a neutral colour. I'm hoping it'll match me pretty well. I don't know much about this foundation except for that it's meant to be full coverage and it's very affordable. I haven't even seen reviews on this foundation, so I'm just going to read off the website what it says. So after reading a little bit about the foundation, it claims that it is full coverage, a semi-matte finish, it's meant to feel lightweight, and it has SPF 15. It doesn't say anything about the wear time, so it'll be interesting to test that out today. As for the packaging, it's actually really small. It's kind of cute. I like the packaging. It's like that rubberized feel, kind of like the NARS packaging, and yeah, I think this would be really easy to store. It feels like it's made out of plastic, so you could travel with this as well. So I've done like 3 pumps, so the pumps are a little bit small. It's definitely a cream texture, so it's not super runny, but it's not really thick either. I'm not going to prime my face because, to be honest, I don't really wear primers on an everyday basis, so I'm just going to wear this how I would normally wear any other foundation. It's a bit more liquidy than I expected it to be, so I'm just using the viewfinder to dot this on my face. A little bit about my skin as well is I have normal skin, so I'm not really dry, I'm not oily, I'm like right in the middle, which I'm very lucky to have skin like that. At the moment I do have some healing breakouts on my chin, so I do have a little bit of dry skin, like just in this area. Straight away I can see that the colour is pretty yellow considering it's meant to be neutral. It looks very yellow. It's probably a little bit too dark for me, but I'm not leaving the house today, so that's alright. I just put a new little dollop there, and it is a lot lighter than the rest of them, so I would say this foundation is oxidizing. I'm just going to blend it out. Ooh. Ooh. I may put a bit too much on. Like I said, I'm not really used to full coverage foundation, so normally I pile the foundation on. Wow, that looks really nice. It's definitely looking very glowy though. I wonder if it dries down to a semi-matte finish. Just gonna do this side of my face. It's looking a little bit patchy on my nose, but I have a lot of issues with foundation sitting on my nose probably. I probably should use a primer on my nose. But my nose was sunburnt about a week ago, so the skin's really dry at the moment on there. It's not too bad now that I've blended it in a bit more. Alright, I'm just going to blend my forehead in. So overall, I'm really liking how it's looking. I wouldn't say it's like a full coverage. I'd say it's probably a high medium coverage, just because I can still see like my freckles and stuff peeking through, but it definitely has evened out my skin tone. I would say it's clinging onto the dry bits of my face a little bit, so I've got a little bit of dry skin down here, and like I said, my nose is kind of dry at the moment. It's sitting a little bit funny on that area, but it's not too noticeable. I mean, it did say a semi-matte finish, but this is very glowy, in my opinion. So I'm going to do my concealer and powder, and then I will be back. Alright, so I've done my concealer and my powder. I don't have any other makeup on because I'm going to be doing a full face first impressions today. The foundation definitely did oxidize, like one shade darker, so maybe keep that in mind if you want to order this foundation. I really like how it's looking on my skin. It's definitely a bit more matte now, although there is a little bit of glow coming through, which I really do like. I feel like it looks really smooth on my skin. It doesn't look cakey at all. It's not sitting the greatest on my dry skin, which is just on my chin and on my nose. I'll screen it a bit closer just so you can see how it actually looks closer up. But that is what it looks like. So you can see there's definitely a bit of a glow. Like, I don't have any other makeup on. I don't have any highlight or anything. The shadow is contouring me very nicely. That's what my chin looks like. My cheeks, my forehead. The part I don't really like is on my nose. I feel like it's just not sitting on there properly because the skin's really dry at the moment. So the time is currently 7:35, so I'll just say 7:30 in the morning, and I will be back in a few hours to give you guys an update on how the foundation is going. So it is currently almost 10 in the morning and I'm back to do a little update. It's only been on for 2.5 hours, but I've noticed a few things, so I wanted to come and do an update. I haven't done any of my other makeup yet. I'm just about to sit down and film that, but that's why I look a bit weird. I haven't even got eyebrows on or anything, no mascara. It's looking okay, but I feel like it's breaking down very quickly. So it is creased pretty badly in my smile lines and on my forehead. It looks really cakey on my chin, and it's starting to break up around my nose, I have noticed. The foundation itself feels really sticky, and when I touch it I feel like it's kind of coming off a tiny bit. But I was on the phone before, and when I got off my phone I had foundation like all over my phone. So overall, I think it's only been 2.5 hours, but I can't see this being a very long wearing foundation. But I'm going to keep it on. I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on and see how that layers over the top. And then I'll come back in a few more hours and do another check-in. So I'm back for a check-in. The time is currently 3:20, so the foundation's been on for almost 8 hours now, which is like a normal kind of wear time. So let's see how it is doing. I feel like it has kind of sunk into my pores a little bit. I feel like my pores are a bit more visible than they normally are. Like I said in the last checkup, it has creased really badly in my smile lines. My chin is just looking pretty cakey in general, and it's creased pretty badly on my forehead as well. The sides of my face look fine. So the sides of my nose is like all starting to break down and go a bit oily. It's all like cracked and creased, and it just looks really gross. My upper lip looks really cakey as well. I thought it would rub off my nose, but it doesn't actually look that bad. In general, like pretty much from here, like up here, and then the whole side of my nose, my top lip, and then this side of my nose and my chin just looks pretty gross. I feel like any area of my face that moves, this foundation has creased into. Like I even have creases like here on my face, which I don't even know what that would be from, and just me touching that has taken some of the foundation off. I feel like some of the foundation has rubbed off just here. I mean, I'm pretty much done for the day. I just kind of want to run my finger along here and see if it takes anything off. Yeah. I can see my fingerprint in there. Like I said in my last checkup, it's been feeling really sticky all day. So the foundation has been really sticky. I found like random dog hairs and stuff like stuck to my face during the day. So I'm just going to come in close and show you my face. So that is my chin. I do have some dry skin like just here. And that is where I put my finger just before and rubbed off the foundation. I feel like my upper lip looks really cakey, and the sides of my nose look pretty gross. This mascara is transferred, lovely. And I feel like you can just see all my redness coming through on the sides. And it looks really cakey like in here, and I feel like you can see my pores really easily. That's what it looks like on my forehead. It looks kind of shiny on my forehead actually. I feel like it also looks really cakey like in between my eyes here, because I get a lot of lines on my face. Like I'm almost 26 years old, so I mean I have fine lines. And just, yeah, like anywhere that has sort of fine lines and where my face moves, it just kind of has creased and it looks a bit cakey. So yeah. Okay, so recap on the foundation. Overall, I wouldn't say it's a full coverage, I would say it's a high medium. It did oxidize a little bit and it didn't really set down. It stayed sticky all day. It's not the worst foundation I've ever tried. I've definitely tried worse. And when you think about it, I think this foundation retails for $9, 9 Australian dollars, which is unheard of. Like even drugstore foundations in Australia are 20 bucks. So for the price, I think it's decent. It's probably not a foundation I would wear for a long amount of time. I would probably just wear it if I was going to lunch or going to dinner, that kind of thing. I did like the coverage that it gives because I'm not a super full coverage person in general, so for me full medium coverage is completely fine. The thing I just didn't like the most about it was that it didn't really set down properly and it stayed sticky, and then it creased in my fine lines really easily. So overall, I would say it's in the middle. I'm on the fence about it. I might have to try it out a few more times, but I probably wouldn't go out and repurchase it, and it's probably not something I would recommend to people, just based off my first impression of it. That was my first impression and wear test of the Ordinary Full Coverage Foundation. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!